Ain't nothing like a Doran and a coffee.
It's been months since they've added these strange-looking stables to both faction capital cities in 9.2.5. Initially, we believe this had something to do with the actual patch, but the patch is out now, and if you play on retail, these mysterious stables are still available both in Stormwind and in Orgrimmar without much explanation, and you can walk around and check them out yourself. However, what could they actually be? Is this going to be related to dragon riding?
Yes, Draz
could
is
it
in
be
here
a
today.
new mount vendor that is to come? Something related to the drag tier, Dragon Isle's reputation, a station for customizing mounts, or something related to Dragonfly that we can't even guess yet? Did you know that if you use Python software like Windows, you are very vulnerable to viruses and other types of malicious activity? Well, the sponsor of this video, Royal City Keys, has the solution, as you can get cheap licenses, as in $2-3 cheap, and there are also a bunch of other games and software you can choose from. Best of all, if you use my code Doron, you will get an additional 10% off, so if you want to support the channel and get something for yourself, check out my link in the description or the QR code. If you have been following the data mining and the PTR news, you might have realized that these pretty big changes have been made to both Orgrimmar and Stormwind months ago.
Yeah, we talked about these when these stables showed up.
Not much was really said or even hinted in regards to them since then. In Orgrimmar, in the Valley,
they are in now.
They moved that big metal card that was right in the middle and some of the NPCs out of the way and placed this single stable which seems decently big, while in Stormwind, in the Mage Quarter, they put two stables where there was an empty spot before, but it is actually quite different.
We thought they could be like dragon stables, but we weren't sure. We talked about it, and I don't know even if the Stormwind one is big enough to fit a dragon.
When compared to the Horde
baby
one.
dragon.
Even more interestingly, in Stormwind there is this dwarf worker that is apparently building something on the other side and is putting something into the ground, and in Orgrimmar there is a troll working, doing exactly the same thing. This obviously hints that this isn't over and that they're planning to add something later down the line. So
I don't know
obviously this seems Dragonflight related.
I don't know if Drad's gonna join us today.
Patch so that we get the illusion of both capital cities building something. I'm guessing with the little cones it could possibly be a tent or something of the sort, but it is obviously going to be related to these newly introduced stables. Now, aside from the workers and the stables, there is also this wagon load of goods in both of the areas with these decoratives, miscellaneous items, although none of them actually really hint anything. These are just random items. Furthermore, there is a really short quest line that involves rounding up workers to work on this building site, yet they pretty much just tell you there isn't anything for you to look at here yet. Just, you know, get the workers to build and just don't worry about it. So obviously this is,
I believe this is on the PTR, by the way. There's no quest line currently available in Orgrimmar or Stormwind to get these workers to do anything. Farming 400 more Cosmic Flux to get my 291 Lego for Vang DH. Damn, working on an alt now. Working on an alt.
Is a big mystery, and the community has been speculating on what this could be for months now, and I gotta say, there's some really interesting conclusions that people have drawn out. Some are almost certainly not the case, some are just unexciting but could totally be legit, and some do make some sort of sense. The most logical thing, and interestingly enough the most contradictory at the same time, is that this is going to be related to dragon riding in Dragonflight. As you might be aware, dragon riding,
I mean, you just figure new stables, new mounts are coming, and the main new mount is the dragon that we get to customize and shit. So could these stables be related to that? I don't know. Maybe, I mean, we do know that we're going to be spending all of our time on the Dragon Isles. They made that very clear that there's not going to be anything else to do but Dragon Isle stuff. That Blizzard has made that clear. So I assume the dragon customization, and we've seen the customization screen where they show the dragon, that looks like it's in the Dragon Isles. So what these stables are in the two main city hubs, I have no idea.
Riding is a brand new feature of the new expansion, and it is not just riding on a dragon mount like you have done before, but you will be able to customize your unique dragon mount, and it will be all...
You see this screen right here? This is clearly in the Dragon Isle, and this is like this is the customization screen. That's what I'm assuming when they keep showing this. This is where you'll be going to customize your dragons. This looks like it's in the new hub city that'll be on the Dragon Isles. So again, what those two stables are in Stormwind and Orgrimmar, I have no idea. Maybe you're going to see your dragon sitting there while you're there, then you could hop on and fly to the Dragon Isles from that point. It could be a flight path to the Dragon Isles. Like just a separate flight path. I don't know.
All types of riding animations and overall just the way...
Since you could customize, I would say probably. I just hope the similar stable and AH in the new city. I would think it's going to be in the new city. Yeah. New dragons that we have to build up stamina so it can fly over mountains now. Can't wait. Yeah, so like this is gonna be like active flying, right? It's not gonna be this passive flying like we do now. This is gonna be like you gotta dive and swoop to get to new areas.
It works is different than regular flying, so you would think, hey, we are getting this new dragon riding, these new mounts, and both factions would need stables for that, in Orgrimmar and Stormwind. It just makes total sense. However, the reason this doesn't make any sense whatsoever is because dragon riding is going to be Dragon Isles.
Can't wait to be halfway up the mountain.
You won't be able to do it in Orgrimmar nor Stormwind,
have to perch to
nor
rest.
you will be able to fly from there.
Let's give it a chance, Dave. Let's give it a chance.
Maybe later down the line they could make it available across all of Azeroth, but they would probably add stables for that during Dragonfight and not currently in Shadowlands before the alpha is even out. Additionally, why this is contradictory is the actual shape of the stables. It is a bit weird. In Orgrimmar, I'd say a dragon line there could 100% be possible. This could definitely be a nest for a mound-sized dragon. Sure, the spot isn't all that big, but I can definitely see a dragon just fitting in that place. However, in Stormwind, there is an entirely different story. The
looks like two mounts go in there.
And it really looks like it is fitting for a horse or maybe something a bit bigger, but definitely a dragon cannot fit there. It is more than likely for a ground mount or just a really small flying one. So there is no way they would create stables for both factions, but only one of them would be for dragon riding in Orgrimmar. So almost certainly this isn't going to have anything to do with dragons we will be riding in the new expansion. On the other hand, people have been thinking this is the hint for player housing to be added.
No, I don't want. I dislike the change.
In an interview that it won't be happening, at least in
my rut when I fly over mountains.
Definitely doesn't look like player housing, nor is this really a spot for this to happen. Would player housing really just
be
Let
me go to
random stables right in the middle of the city? More than likely, if they actually added it, we would get our own plot of land akin to the garrisons or the Pandaria farms. Now, on the other hand, people have been saying something that might actually make sense, even though when you think about it, it isn't really all that exciting. As Blizzard created a new leveling zones, they really want to simplify leveling as much as possible for new players.
True.
This could be the restructure for people to find all the mount vendors, all the trainers in one place, so they don't have to look around all over the place. This is especially the issue with Orgrimmar, so this way they could just get to the content faster. It isn't really that big of a change. Additionally, if it is related to mount vendors, it could have something to do with Dragonflight, something themed, so not dragons, but regular ground mounts that are Dragonflight themed, and maybe some sort of Dragon Isles emissaries could be there, and there could be vendors related to a new reputation that will come. This could explain why they might be building a tent there, as that would be perfect for the emissaries, while the stables would be for the mounts. In regards to Dragonflight, people have been saying this might be just a Draktyr thing, as they will be joining both of our factions, and I know they're dragons and all, maybe a bit savage, but I doubt they would just put them in stables just like animals, especially since they also have human forms.
that would be weird.
Who knows, maybe we don't really know that.
These are supposed to be a new race. Imagine they just put them in a freaking cage. Like, these guys are half dragons. They need to sit in a stable. They're not allowed to go to the inns. That would be weird.
About them. Maybe that is their own preference. Maybe they don't want to use regular beds. They just want to have their own stables. However,
yeah, if they put all the mount vendors in one place, that's gonna be a nice gold funnel right there. I mean, a lot of people are gonna go there. Imagine you're very close to like the mount achievement or something. You could just go there and purchase every mount from every expansion. That could be interesting. I hadn't thought about that. But like someone like me, even like that yak mount or something, you know, where the mammoth mount, where I should have it, and I just have not gone back to purchase it. At that point, I would just go there and buy it. Yeah, that'd be easy.
Is that this might
could
not
be what
really
it
have
is.
anything to do with Dragonfight, or that it is very loosely related. Some people picked up on the hints that the Alliance quest giver makes, and she says about working on a building project that involves the goods and follows the instructions of the Sea Braids, which may be related to the Sea Braid Stallion, the Coltiran mount all the way back from Battle for Azeroth. And apparently, these mounts are known to easily be able to go through the sea, which might be related to the fact that we will be going on a big sea voyage come Dragonfight. Really a big stretch, but hey, they really
I feel like that's searching a little bit. We're digging a little bit now.
On the other side, in Orgrimmar, the Horde quest giver mentions an unknown character known as Zenkala, which may be related to a prefix used by the Zandalari, so you can kind of see where this theory is going. We helped out the Kultirans and the Zandalari back in BFA, and seeing that they're both island people with ships, experience sending expeditions, and transporting armies and mounts, they may be able to offer us us something to help us out when we reach the Dragon Isles. With the troll workers, this makes total sense, although if this was the case, I would
you did the
expect
Venari
Vulcans
corpse
building the
thing.
site, although, as we have seen in Stormwind Harbor, it is quite often that the dwarves are the workers, as they have quite
Yeah, that
a
was
better
an interesting
experience.
lore
People
play.
have also been talking that this might be some sort of a new feature where we'll be able to customize mounts, so regular mounts, but who really knows? And
I mean, we do have the ability now to customize mounts in that they have that little slot that you can add something to, right? But I don't know if they're going to make a stable just to do that. To me, the mount vendor thing seems like a more proper reason to do it.
additional hint is that this could have something to do with professions and crafting, although I gotta say I don't really see how this is
Maybe.
related to these stables.
To stables,
Maybe
yeah.
once we get the other building and we see the bigger picture, it will make a lot more sense and it could have something to do with it. However, seeing that this is already in the game and it is apparent to all players, realistically it is still a mystery, and I gotta say I kinda like the fact that they're doing it. We're seeing the progress of the cities being built instead of just, you know, that happening one morning when you log in with a new expansion. And plus there is
Yeah, the little by little is kind of nice. I like to see changes in the city. It makes the game feel alive.
this mystery that gives us a lot of room to speculate on what could be coming to Orgrimmar and Stormwind. Thank you for watching. Check out why no one is playing the Alliance by clicking on the screen, and check out the notification for
We
videos
checked
of
that
real
one
world
out.
history. See you next time.
Yeah, we checked that one out last week. Very sad why no one is playing the Alliance.